Good morning, everybody. This is big. We got a lot to talk about. There was kind of a horse leak yesterday. I don't know. It was like, oh, my voice. Oh my God, did you hear that? It was, I feel like this one wasn't as bad, and it was bad because it was like everything, but the trailer's coming out tomorrow, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, horses confirmed, trailer tomorrow, screenshots leaked. There like lots going on for The Sims 4. So I was gonna play the 100 baby challenge this morning. That was before yesterday when that happened. So I've changed my mind and I've decided that I want to play with horses in The Sims 3 because, well, it's a big day. It's a big day. We're horse girls now. Yeah. We need a yeehaw emote. We have a yeehaw emote. I've been prepared for this moment. I've had that yeehaw emote for years. We in fact have a yeehaw emote. Anyway, I figured we would play. I don't really know what we'll do. I just kind of want to play with horses. That's kind of that's all the plan is. I just can't stop thinking about it, so I'm just gonna play with horses. Anyway, Hope is thriving right now. Can you believe it? You saw notification and thought we were getting horses. Now you're sad. Okay, Purple Planet. So, hold on. I have something to show you. If you think we are not getting horses, well, we are. The trailer is coming out tomorrow. Yeah, for real. Like, actually, for real. For real. This is, yeah. There's a reason I'm doing this. They posted on Twitter yesterday, the quarterly teaser, announcing the trailer coming out tomorrow, which, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit annoyed by because tomorrow is the one day that I can't deal with this. I'm flying to VidCon tomorrow. So when this trailer drops, on a plane to California, it's a 5-hour flight. This is not fair. How does this always happen? How? Anyway, so the trailer is dropping tomorrow, and Steam leaked a bunch of stuff. The feature list and the screenshots got posted on Steam. I feel like it was probably an accident to do with, like, they knew they were going live with something, but there was a miscommunication of how much they were going live with, because I don't think they were supposed to post those screenshots yesterday, but they did. So, anyway, we're getting horses. For real. For real, we are getting horses. This isn't a prank. You can be like, you clickbaited me. No, I didn't. Anyway, horses. So, no, I didn't finish building that ranch in The Sims 3 yet, Clara. I have the house to furnish still, of the ranch we were working on in The Sims 3, but that's for my Sims 3 Legacy Challenge, and I don't know if I want to, like, furnish the farmhouse today, because what I really want to do is, like, play with horses, you know? Do you think we can ride them in the new pack? Well, yeah. That's the gameplay. is like doing competitions and like jumping with the horses and riding them. In the screenshots, even a kid could ride the horses in The Sims 4, which is pretty cool. So anyway, I made a whole video on it yesterday, which frankly, can we talk about this for a second? So yesterday, Dan was flying home from the UK. And I literally on stream, I streamed in the morning yesterday too, and we were talking like, oh, there's gonna be an SDX drop. I may or may not make a video on it. It's probably not gonna be a big deal, so it's probably not worth making a video on it, but if there is something good, like, because we had guessed there was gonna be some book swatches in it, I was like, maybe I'll make a video and it'll be a short one, because I wasn't gonna upload yesterday because I was pre-recording for VidCon and stuff. So here I was being like, maybe I'll make a video in like an hour and post it after I get off stream. 1 o'clock rolls around. I go thinking there's gonna be an SDX drop. There is an SDX drop. It's a radio station and some book swatches. But it's not just an SDX drop. In fact, it's a quarterly teaser. And in the quarterly teaser, they announced the horse pack. Oh my god, I really truly did not anticipate that happening yesterday. I thought it was gonna happen. Do you know what? I think I thought maybe it would happen next week, like after I got back from VidCon. Maybe I was just hoping deep down that it would happen next week after I got back from VidCon, because if that leak was true and it is coming out July 20th, it's like it probably should get announced soon. But I think deep in my heart, I really hoped that it would get announced next week and not this week. Because this week is really inconvenient for me personally. So yesterday, and I don't mean to complain, but yesterday I made a video on it and then I edited it myself because Dan wasn't here, which was fine, but kind of a time sink because I had to like record because I'm trying to pre-record for VidCon. I finished, it's fine, but anyway, it's all right. I got it done. It's all done and finished. But anyway, it's just like, how did they do that? How has this happened? The one time I'm going to VidCon, is this the new world? No, this is The Sims 3. This is The Sims 3's world. So anyway, I'm gonna try and figure out if I'll be able to make a video tomorrow from the hotel on the trailer. I'm gonna really try to do it. It's just like, honestly, tomorrow I'm gonna be so stressed out. Oh my god, I have to wake up obviously very early because I've got a flight in the morning, and then it's 5 hours all the way to California, and then I gotta get to the hotel. I have to get my like badge and stuff for VidCon tomorrow. I'll try and make the video on the trailer, and then I have a meet and greet tomorrow, which I'm really like kind of anxious about because it's the same day as my flight. So it's just like tomorrow's gonna be a really, really big day for me. It's gonna be a long day. A very, very, very long day. It's all right. One step at a time. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. How does this always happen? I don't know. This is the worst one so far, I think. It just feels, I mean, like last time, cottage living when Dan was moving was kind of annoying, but like we made it work. I just couldn't really stream with it because of the move. But this time, like, I'm so anxious. What airline am I using for my flight? Hey, Mark, I don't know, oh, your first message. Bestie, I don't know what your intentions are, but that's kind of a sketchy thing to ask. It makes me wonder what your plans are, okay? So if you're a nice person, don't ask content creators that question because it seems like you have bad intentions, okay? Especially as your first ever message. If you're a bad person, hi, nice to meet you. Thank you. Okay, let me see if I've got a sim that already has a horse from the last time I did this. Oh, it's the goose person from last time. Here we go. I think we could do this. Oh, there's a pond here. The Madison! Oh my god. My friend Hope, who's a horse girl, has a girlfriend named Madison. Okay, so here's my sim named Hope. Maybe the horse is named Hope, I don't remember. And we can go live in the Madison. Also, hi Dan. Yes! Okay. I didn't want to make a new sim because I want to play with horses. Oh, it's Peppa Pig. Okay. The horse's name is Peppa Pig. And this is Hope Goose. Didn't I have like 4 horses in this family? Not at first. Not at first. I only had 1 horse in this family at first. And then it sort of expanded as the time goes on. So anyway, hold on. I think that I may have uploaded the footage to the wrong place in the drive for Dan to use. So let me just really quickly check on that. I sure did. I posted at least this one in the wrong place. Hold on. Hold on, don't mind me, everybody. I'm just trying to make sure I can get Dan all of his footage so that he can edit this while I'm streaming. I don't know where one of them is. Dan, I don't know if I uploaded the Generations one. How is this possible? Because I was doing this literally all day yesterday. Oh my god, I searched Generations in my drive and it's like all of my papers it's a bunch of school stuff. Okay, well, that's 2. You've got 2. You'll be fine for now. You'll be fine for now. Okay, let me buy myself a couple things. First of all, I'm gonna give myself a bit of money because I would like to buy myself some horse things. It's very important to me. Okay. Oh, I didn't read any subs. Oh my god, sorry. Nightingale, Sweetest Nightmare, Megan, AP Fleeks, and JD, and Shay, and Matcha, and Sweater, and Tara, Abby. We got an anonymous sub gift. We got Lonely, and Badger, and Daisy, and Cadence, and Kelly, Sylvia, Tundra, Miss Chris, Spooky Orca, Catherine, Sandra, CME, Queen Lauren, MCAT, Heartless, Maud, and Ginny, and Nerdy Ashley, and Colleen, and Pearl Earring, and Chantel, and Clara, and Jenna. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Anoria Logs, Stu, Marissa, Dream Goddess, Low, Lex, Nikki, Allie, Kay, Emma, Hannah. Everybody's like, horses. Ugly, Hopeless, Chelsea. That's it. I caught up. Okay, good. Oh, and Maja, thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Simsie, is there horses or not? Yes. Yes, there is. Go look at my YouTube channel. I made a whole video about it yesterday. There's a reason I'm doing this. Okay, let me go get myself some horse things, shall we? I think I would like to buy... Should I build like an actual barn in the backyard here? Probably. Right? I would assume so. Maybe I'll buy myself this for now. Doesn't it have to be like really tall to be a barn though? Like 2 stories? I don't know. You're still in disbelief that we're getting horses? No, me too. I really cannot believe that this is happening. I mean it when I say I never thought, I really never thought we would be getting horses. I didn't see a world where this was possible. That's why I even like kept saying it to people. I was like, we're never gonna get horses in The Sims 4. We're never gonna get horses in The Sims 4. And all of a sudden we're getting horses in The Sims 4. I really cannot believe that. What is this clip that Christine keeps putting? This will be the final nail in lilsimsie. Wait. This is when I played the Sim last time. Hold on. This will be the final nail in lilsimsie legitimately wanting horses in The Sims 4. No. The thing is though, like, I'm not kidding. I've always been anti-horses in The Sims 4 purely as a meme and purely because I thought that it would be impossible. But if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I think it would be so funny if they added horses into The Sims 4. Because like, why would they do that? It just wouldn't fit at all. It would be why would they do that? So funny. Well, so I did make an entire video about all the reasons they should add horses into The Sims 4, by the way. Maybe I'll be an equestrian, evil, unlucky, a veg. What kind of bad traits did I pick? Huh. And goats? No, do you know what? Speaking of the goats, when I saw that yesterday in the screenshots, somebody in chat, I wish I remember who it was, but somebody in chat, like literally last week, we were talking like, what else are they gonna add in the horse pack? Like what is it gonna be other than horses? And somebody was like, what if they added goats? Somebody literally was like, they should add goats. We talked about goats last week because somebody in chat was like, that would be so cool if they added goats. And they are adding goats. But we weren't talking about sheep, but we did. Somebody in chat was like, goats. They should do goats. Oh, because of gout. Oh. Dan getting gout is the reason we predicted. Dan getting gout is the reason we predicted goats in The Sims 4. Dan manifested it. Huh. Well, that's nice. Thank you, Dan, I guess. Okay. Oh. Horses. That'll do. You're very excited. You love the ranch aesthetic, even though you're not a horse girl. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can find this. Because there was, remember a couple, or like last year when they did that, here we go. Remember when they did that thing last year in that Sim Summit stream and they showed us this? They showed us concept art for the build items. We didn't know what pack it was gonna be, but they showed us a little bit of concept art, which now obviously is clearly this. Like this is clearly what it was from. But this is kind of interesting to see some of the like ranchy stuff that we might be getting. This is like that stone wallpaper. We had that in the screenshots. So we might be getting a new kitchen set. I don't know about this island business. We'll see about that. I like the table. And this is just concept art, so this might be different. Like this might not be the same as what they actually made. So don't like, you know, get convinced because it really might be different because this is always just concept art. But I do really like the vibes of this. So should be interesting. Do I think there's ceiling paint? Well, it looks like it in the screenshots, doesn't it? Hold on. In 2 of the screenshots, I'm going to the Sims community page because they have the screenshots all on here. Look at this. So in this screenshot, if you look under the ceiling, do you see that? How the ceiling is painted? I wasn't sure if this was a shell or if it was an actual build, but then in this screenshot, do you see that? The ceiling is painted. Which, I mean, that's like on purpose. You can see the ceiling, right? Because you can't see it in this screenshot. So I think that the painted ceilings might be the new build feature in the update. That wouldn't be like a pack feature. That would be an update feature. Kind of like how we got platforms when Snowy Escape came out, and platforms are base game. They usually do a new build feature around expansion packs. Kind of like when we got in Eco Lifestyle the ability to alt place windows. Stuff like that. They always do like a new build feature with expansions. And so it seems to me that this might be the update feature. So that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Anyway, I'm excited about this. So hope we get some new base game options. I bet they would give us, I mean, I'm wondering if what I would assume is you can just put floor tiles on the ceiling. That's my guess, is you could just put floor tiles on the ceiling. So any of the floor tiles you probably use on the ceiling. What's the point? Can you even see them in game? Oh, bag of fish. You know what? Consider yourself lucky that you don't care about painted ceilings. Like genuinely, consider yourself lucky because I can show you even in The Sims 3. But like when you zoom out and the ceiling is like plain white, usually it's fine. But when you're especially looking, there's not a porch on this house, but imagine this house is ugly. When you're building like a log cabin, right? And you're trying to get an angle of the exterior of the house, kind of like down below or whatever. The Sims 3 camera sucks, hold on. But you're trying to get like an under angle or whatever of the log cabin. And then it's like all wood everywhere. And then you have this like ugly white on the underside of the roof. It kind of like ruins the vibes when you're trying to do builds like this. So you can't paint the ceilings in The Sims 4 right now. And so a lot of us have been begging for this option for years, like literally years since The Sims 4 first came out. Because it just kind of throws you off when it's like everything wood and then this weird like grayish roof on the underside. So we've wanted it bad. And it looks like this might actually be happening this time. So I'm assuming that it's going to be just like you could use any floor tile on there. But I guess we'll see because I don't know. I wonder if they'll talk about that in the trailer, and because they'll probably post like articles tomorrow. I wonder if they'll talk about it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited about it. It took them 9 years. Yeah. Popcorn ceilings. Yeah. Oh, I know, Avery. I bet it was hard. I wonder who built for this pack, because first of all, I did not build for this pack. I built for the last pack. They wouldn't have me do it twice in a row. I'm not saying this because I did it secretly. Don't go with your weird conspiracy. I did not build for the horse pack, okay? Everybody is like, what if you're saying that because you actually did it? No. That's not how that works. Anyway, I built for the last pack, not for this one. But the people that did it would have known about this for a long time. I bet that was like so hard for them to know. That would have been so cool. Anyway. Anyway. You built for the horses pack. Yeah, okay, Hope. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. What color will I do my first horse? I don't know. Maybe, I mean, this horse's name is Peppa Pig. Maybe I'll make Peppa Pig a horse in The Sims 4. Join the journalism career. No. Good sense of humor, unlucky, vegetarian, evil, equestrian. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this horse to like me, and then I'm gonna ride it. That's step one. Oh, Elizabeth, thank you so much for the resub and for what you do. Thank you so much. Mira, Cal, Flower, Vibrant, Artemis. We got Poet and Lunar and Kippy and Glimmer and Ferris and Niver and Parth. Thank you for the subs, everybody. You know chat is going to make you make a Peppa Pig horse. I wonder, I'm so curious about the trailer. Oh my god. I'm actually getting really excited. I think that, it's, oh wait, the last video you saw, the last video I said I'm not hinting anything about horses, and the next video you see is about the horses pack. Wait, what video did I post last? Oh my god, I guess I posted Generation, that, or the Legacy Challenge, I mean. That's so funny, because in the Legacy Challenge, I was like, okay, full transparency, I filmed that Legacy video like a week and a half ago. Because I was pre-recording for VidCon and stuff. So in it, I forgot about that. I was like, I think we'll play with horses, but I'm not hinting anything. I don't know anything about horses. I'm just saying maybe if it's real. And then the next day they announce it. Oh my god. But yeah, I filmed that video like right after the first leak happened. But it was obviously I filmed it a while ago because I've been pre-recording, so. Anyway. Any guesses on the 2 kids from the roadmap? Oh, Jenna, I didn't even look. I actually didn't even look. Wait, should we look at that really fast? Hold on. I genuinely did not even look at the like roadmap to think if it had any kit teasers. I was so distracted by horses that I fully did not look at it. Wait, let me pull it up. That's really funny, actually. I didn't even look at it. Hold on, let me, oh, Buns, Elizabeth, thank you for the subs. Let me get some water, too. You don't think it had a hint, did it? I don't know. I mean, well, look, there's ads playing right now, so I'll wait like 20 seconds, but we'll see. We shall see. I fully didn't even look at it, though. Like, I genuinely didn't even cross my mind. So, do you think they would increase household number and separate Sims 3, like how the separate Sims 3 pets from Sims? Maybe. I don't know if they would increase the household size, though. They didn't do that in the cats and dogs pack, but... Okay, this is the roadmap thingy. Let's watch this and see if there's anything kit related. Because this so far feels very horse ranch. That also feels very horse ranch. Take the reins. June to September. A Root and Tootin' expansion. 2 bold kits. Behind the Sims and more. I guess there's like... What do you... I mean... You think swim trunks? Is that a chair? So maybe it's a... I guess like a summertime-ish... like swimsuit kit might be... You think the fan-voted kits? Oh, I don't think the fan-voted kits... don't you think it sounds like it's too far away? to be the, or don't you think it's too soon? I mean, for the fan voted kits, I feel like the fan voted kits are gonna need more time than that. You have to really, like, I think people were mad about the last kit that came out because it wasn't the fan voted kits, but like when they did the fan voted stuff pack, it took like a year. It takes a long time. No, that wasn't the goth one. No, August. That wasn't the goth one. That wasn't the same kit. Yeah, I don't think we can guess from this. It seems like all I'm getting is like this is a cast kit and this is a furniture kit, but I would have no idea how to guess about the style. There's a bust on the right side. Yeah, this almost looks like a bust. What do you think that would... I don't know. Yeah, people don't really understand how long game development takes. It's not like it's the fan voted kits will probably take a long time. So I wouldn't get your hopes up about those fan voted kits. Oh, that could be a floaty in the river. I didn't really see that. There's glasses on the right side too. Where? Am I being silly? Maybe it's like a summertime thing, and it's like like swimsuits and then like patio furniture in the tree. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, right there. Sorry. Got it. It's literally right there. It's right there. Yeah, so maybe it's like pool like outfits and then like patio furniture. Oh, would they do two things like that though? It could be like summery stuff though. Have a perfect patio stuff pack. Yeah, but the perfect patio stuff pack is like, I think they could do another patio stuff pack that's a different style, you know? Because they're like, just because we got one patio thing doesn't mean we can't ever get more patio things. But it seems, I don't know, like swim trunks, maybe sunglasses, maybe a pool floaty. I don't know. I think I would like a swimsuit kit. I feel like we don't really have that many of them, and I kind of like, sometimes I use the underwear kit as swimsuits. So I don't know. I think I would like a swimsuit sort of kit. Yeah, the chair looks kind of mid-century to me as well. But I think that it's hard to make a judgment call on that because it's so... And then this is throwing me off. This looks like a statue of a head, basically a bust. So I don't really know, but I don't know. As long as we don't have My First Pet Stuff 2.0, I'm good. Well, do you know what? This Root and Tootin' expansion pack sure does seem like a My First Pet Stuff too. My second pet stuff. It does seem a bit like a My Second Pet Stuff, but that's okay. No, behind my face cam there isn't anything. My face cam there's just rocks. So anyway, that's kind of interesting. I genuinely didn't look at that at all. I was so distracted by horses that that didn't even cross my mind. That's really funny. Because usually I look more into those for like the kit things. Oh yeah, I said bust, not bus. Yeah, I said bust. Did they officially announce? Well, the trailer's coming out tomorrow, Alyssa. But kinda. Yeah, a bust is like a sculpture of head and shoulders. So, anyway. Yeah, we all sit and analyze these things every time. Hope, let me see. I feel like usually the trailers drop at 11 a.m. Eastern time, which is annoying. It's very annoying of them to do that. Premieres in 27 hours. Oh. So, interesting. 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow is when the trailer's gonna drop. So, not 11 a.m. Eastern time. So it is at 1. I feel like sometimes the trailers drop sooner than that, so I don't know. That's fine. That's actually better timing for me personally, because it's a little bit later. It's a little bit later. Forgot I was on this morning. Yeah. I haven't started yet, but we were gonna play with horses, and then I got distracted talking about Sims 4 horses. So, I mean, that is why we're playing with horses, is because of this, or because of the, you know. Can they send you a copy so you can react today? I wish they would, Lo. I really wish they would. I don't think they would though. But anyway. Not for lack of me trying. Let's just say that. But it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. They don't really send stuff like that out early. I think that people think I get more stuff in advance than I actually do anyway, but it'll be fine. It's just bad timing. Let's jump. Who will I give horses first in The Sims 4? Well, I'm probably gonna make a new sim for it. Just pretend, and then Dan will overlay the trailer. Could you imagine? I just filmed myself being like, oh my God, did you see that? And then we just cut it together. No, it'll be fine. I'll have time to film it. It's just like, normally with those trailer reactions, I like to spend a long time like breaking it down and talking about it, which I might not have time to do as much of if I'm filming it from the hotel, but it's okay. It's okay. I like to like go frame by frame, which I'll be able to do a little bit of, but it's like you kind of have to, I don't know, I won't have as much time. A second video needed on horses. I make one when I get back. That's like, okay, trailer reaction 2. A trailer reaction number 2. Okay, how are we doing on skills? Bad, actually. Learn riding skill, befriend, okay. Welcome to The Sims 3. Welcome to The Sims 3. These are called Cavaletti, by the way. Oh, are they? Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh my God, when The Sims 4 comes out, I'm gonna watch the trailer tomorrow and I'm gonna be like, oh my God, it's the Cavaletti. I need to like brush up on my my horse knowledge, so when I do my trailer reaction, I can be like, oh look. Oh yeah, Hope gave me some like information on cross-country stuff. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Hope was talking about how based on some of the things she saw, oh no, look at this. Okay, so from the trailer, or from the screenshots they showed, there's this thing, right, in the screenshots. And I guess in real life, there's places you can go to like practice cross-country training with your horse. And look, this is an example of a real life one, which looks like that, right? Interesting. So perhaps cross-country, I don't know. We'll see. I think that's kind of cool. Peppa got jumping skill level 3. I can now enter advanced show jumping and cross-country competitions. I don't think I will be entering advanced. So do we think the equestrian park is like a cross-country place to train jumping? Maybe. I was saying to Hope also that when I was reading the description of the thingy from the leak, it said equestrian center and equestrian park. So I think there's going to be a rabbit hole equestrian center where the competitions happen, like in The Sims 3. I'll show you. Because over here in the Sims 3, this is like the equestrian park, the like training grounds that you can visit and train. And then this is like the equestrian center, which is a rabbit hole your Sims go into to do the competitions. So I assume The Sims 4 will be like this, where we'll have the park you can visit and probably build, and then the rabbit hole that you don't build. Because it's just it's a rabbit hole. So cross country without a helmet. Could you imagine? Oh no. So there's going to be a new lot type? Well, I would assume, yeah. I feel like it has to be. But yeah, I'm fine with the actual competition place being a rabbit hole. Okay, Peppa needs a break from skills. Because it was before, so I don't really like, I even, and this is gonna sound very controversial, okay? But I even sometimes wish that the prom at least had an option to be a rabbit hole in The Sims 4. Because Rabbit Hole Sims 3 prom was wild. They had Sims like going there and getting their first kiss and stuff. I sort of miss that about Sims 3 prom, which sounds really weird to say, but there's something kind of nice about it being a rabbit hole. And I think that if they tried to make a active show competition, I think that it would be kind of glitchy. So I'd prefer they just go and do the rabbit hole, you know? Sometimes it's worth it. And even with work, like it's fun for your Sims to do an active work day sometimes, but I mean, most of the time, get out of the house and go on your own, you know? Get away. Just go. Do it. So sometimes rabbit holes are good, I think. It's nice when you have like an option, you know? You want more rabbit hole careers too? I always say that also, Hope. I've been saying that for years. I don't really care about active careers that much. Like, it's fun for specific circumstances, but for me, I feel like when it comes to making a active career, it takes so much more time and effort. I would genuinely rather you made me 3 rabbit hole inactive careers, because for the most part, I feel like the career most of the time is sort of just a label. Like, I just like being able to say, oh yeah, my Sim's an astronaut. Oh yeah, my Sim is in the business career. Oh, my Sim does that. And they go and do it on their own. And it's kind of like for storytelling purposes, oh yeah, they do that thing. But I don't need to actually do it. I just want more labels for it, so I have more options. Oh, the shower glass is frosted. Nothing's up with it. The shower glass is frosted. The textures in The Sims 3 are a little bit different than The Sims 4, so it might look a little off to you, but it's all right. The shower glass is just frosted. Oh, a baker career. That would be really cool, Tilly. Like more food-based careers. I don't know. I'd love to have more careers in The Sims 4. I just don't care about the active ones. And it seems like, so for example, in this new pack, it feels like this new pack is going to have like not a career necessarily, but like it's sort of like how in Cottage Living, the career is like running the farm, and the career is running the ranch, which is like a super active career, you know, because it's not a job that your Sim goes to, but they're home all day doing it. So people are going to want to see the horse competitions though. Well, Lisa, you couldn't in The Sims 3, so I feel like most people that are used to playing with horses in The Sims probably don't have that expectation, but I don't know. I think that there's going to be some backlash on it, but I don't really care because I feel like it's better that the competitions are a rabbit hole. So I feel like I prefer the competitions being a rabbit hole. We don't even know if that's true or not. We're just guessing, but I would prefer it that way. So, are you eating my newspaper? Scold for being a piggy. Wait, no. Praise for being a piggy. Praise for being a piggy to my horse, Peppa Pig. Does she have the piggy trait? Oh, she does. Yeah, you stay a piggy. That sounds right. That sounds right to me. Oh my gosh. Well, I praised you. You have training fatigue for hours? Adopt a horse? Should I? Maybe I will adopt a horse. I'll get another one. Then I'll have 2. Name it Tilly? No. Okay, interesting suggestion from Tilly, but I think wait, what if we got a cat? That one? That one? Why does it look like that? Why does that one look like that? I think I need this one. I think we need to have that one. Should we call it Echo? Echo's being cleaned up and checked out to come home to you. Okay, and then I'll get another horse after that. Well, I'm quite silly, I think, because I didn't really think about the fact that I wanted a horse and I have to prepare for this. Wait, kitchen. What am I doing? Pet essentials. Oh, do you want to get a turtle? Tiddles! You guys. I mean, you guys. All right, let me get a little pet bowl for the cat. Should we get a foal? We could get a little baby horse. That might be fun. Let me get a scratching post for my cat. I need to get a litter box for my cat. Okay, I'm ready now. Fill the bowl. Muffin, Miss Marissa, Olivia, Goblin, Allie, Agatha, Music, Mins, Celeste, and Joss, and Turtles, and Steph, and Kay. Thank you all for the subs and stuff, by the way. 2 more pets in 20 seconds. I don't know if I'm able to, let's get a red-eared slider turtle. No, yes, no, yeah, no, let's get a Western painted turtle. Oh, this is the best day of my life. You want to learn the gardening skill, meet a supernatural, and read a book about writing. Okay. I would like to fill the turtle's food, and I would like to... Don't take it. No! Get back. Fill food. Tiddles. After the turtle in the Peppa Pig game. There are foals in The Sims 3, yeah. And there's going to be foals in The Sims 4, too, because they have that in the descriptions. Look at my horse run! Look at how cute that is. That's so adorable. Okay. Let me see my turtle. Yes! My first pet stuff, but better. Alright, Echo is on the way. What are you doing? Improve riding skill. Be best friends with Peppa Pig. I don't know. So do we think the goats and sheep just stay babies until they never grow up? Oh, the description called them mini goats and mini sheep. So I don't think that they're babies. I think they're just small. Based on the description of the stuff. So I think they're just mini. Which actually I kind of like. Hey, Clementine, Leah, thank you for the subs, both of you. Now you want mini pigs? Oh, that would be cute. But anyway. Hope there's riding trails like hiking paths. Oh, that would be good. What are you making? Hopefully something. Oh, my cat! Wow. That is really quite something. Wild horse. Wild horse. Should I just steal one or should I actually adopt a horse for real? He has seen horrors beyond our imagination. Oh my god. Hey, Amy. Oh, I was gonna see if you wanted to date, but it seems like you don't. That's fine. Alright, I would like to leave so I can get a new pet. Leave so I can get a new pet. Leave. Okay. Sorry. Steal a foal? I don't think I should do that. Are you gonna scratch it? Oh my god, you're gonna scratch it. Evil genius? I'm streaming early today. Well, I actually, Sarah, I always stream early on Wednesdays. This week I was gonna stream early. I was gonna do a like switcheroo and stream early yesterday instead. Think of this like a bonus stream because I'm gonna be live later too. This one's a foal. Its name is Bacon. Pepper. Kismet is also a foal. Peppa Pig and Bacon. Oh, that's messed up. Oh, that's messed up. Okay, fine. That's really bad. That is really, really, really bad. Oh no. Cat, Shan, Angie, thank you for the subs. Anyway, this is like a bonus stream because I'm going to be live later at the regular time as well. But I actually always stream in the morning on Wednesdays. I can't stream much this week because I'm going to VidCon, so I'm trying to stream twice today to make up for it. But anyway. As soon as you joined, I said hi to a sim with your name. Oh my god, wait, because your name's Amy. That's such a funny timing, huh? Yeah, we're gonna build on The Sims 4 later, is my plan. Feed treat. What are you up to, Peppa Pig? Hanging out? Do you want to drink from the pond? That would be cool. That would be cool. Hiss at Hope. Eat the food. She wants to hiss at you, Hope. Yeah, we finished the pool from yesterday, Meg. Yeah, we did. We did indeed finish the pool we built yesterday. I'm gonna need to get another stable thingy. Ah! Okay. This will have to do for now. All right. What are you gonna do? Check out your new turtle? Okay. Can't really do much else to help you. Wait, you didn't finish this! Go continue cooking. Where's my horse? I think I'm gonna regret this. Oh, there's my horse! Oh, look at my little horse! This is the best day of my life! Hi, Bacon! Actually, Bacon is really pretty. I like Bacon. Well, not in real life. I don't eat meat. I like this horse. I like this Bacon. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think maybe we could... I think it's lonely because it misses its mother, which makes me feel really bad. Bottle feed Bacon? It needs to be bottle fed? Oh no. Well, wish me luck, I guess. Talk to Roughneck. Praise for being fast? How about that? That's cute. I like this little horse. Are we friends yet? Not really. And of course it's raining. I don't have a roof for that. Oops. Oops. What traits do you have? Genius, untrained, and fast. Oh, and you age up in 1 day. Okay, that's good. That's good. The thing on its head is a halter, and when riding, it's a bridle. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's not there right now, it was. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't see anything. Oh my goodness. 1 second. Ooh, a yawn. Hi, little buddy. Oh, I should go to bed. Oops, forgot. Hold on. Would you like to... How are you feeling? Where are you? Oh, you're sleeping out here? No, buddy, here. Go take a nap inside. You can come nap in here, too. My poor little horse is tired. Oh, look at how cute that is! This little baby. Oh. Oh. Okay. Echo, you're asleep. I'm asleep. We're all asleep. Okay, safe. That's good. That is good. Daydream Mrs. Visa Atento, thank you for the subs, everybody. Oh my. You hope they add the ability to fall off of horses. I don't know if you can. Okay. I think... All right, you sleep all the way through the night, please. Bottle feed bacon. Oh, it's so cute. Do I think they'll add a new death? I don't know if they'll add a death where if you get actually hurt like that bad by a horse. I don't know if they would add that. I think I would be surprised if they did that. But I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I don't really think that they would add that though. I wonder if we'll get the woohoo in the hay back, because you can woohoo in the hay bales. Okay. Let's go. You can do that in The Sims 3, I mean. Death by chicken is a thing, though? I mean, yeah, but... Yeah, I guess. Interesting. Imagine there's a chicken and bunny death. Maybe the goats can kill you. That's what I was thinking, Hope. The chickens and bunnies is like, you don't usually get murdered by a chicken in real life, you know? Like, you're not gonna get attacked by an evil chicken with glowing red eyes and then die in real life. But horses in real life actually can be dangerous, so that's why it's like... But I don't know, there's other things that you can die from in real life in The Sims as well, but like, it's, I don't know. Is it too far? That's why, like, I don't know if they would let you get, like, trampled by a horse in The Sims. That sounds kind of like a bit much. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Well, Bacon's asleep, you're asleep. Bacon's upset because it's lonely, which makes me feel bad, but it's okay. Yeah, I think it's better in The Sims when the deaths are kind of like over the top and a bit silly. You told your roommate horses are real without providing any context. That's so funny. And Tay and Emmy, thank you for the subs, both of you too. Thank you so much. Okay. Stable woohoo, like roll in the hay. Yeah, so I would love if we could, is that my cat? Speaking of roll in the hay, that's kind of funny. That's actually really cute. But I want to woohoo in a hay bale like this. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like in the screenshots of the Sims 4 stuff that the stalls are a little bit smaller, which might be easier to build around too. So I guess we'll see. I wonder if they'll have like more variants of them. I don't know. It's just hard because these ones as well. In the Sims 4, we have tall wall height, so it's a little bit easier. But with these ones, you have to build, it has to be 2 stories tall for it to work. So you'd have to do like a barn like that size, which, I don't know. Horse. Steph just says horse. Okay. I think it's Bacon's birthday today. Oh my goodness. That's kind of exciting. Do you want to wake up? I have to come bottle feed you. Here. I'll pet you. How about that? I need to feed myself. What did you just call me? Steph, what did you just call me? Come in my chat and say horse. Unbelievable. That's not right. Okay, Bacon, come out. Because I'm gonna feed you. Hi, Bacon. Hi, Bacon. Hold on. All right. Come on, finish being let out. Okay, bottle feed Bacon. Hug. Cute. Bacon? Well, I didn't name it. It came like that. I didn't name Bacon. Bacon was just named that. After that, you can gallop around and I'll come eat some food. You can use the bathroom, take an evil shower, and then eat some leftovers. How about that?
Bransel Snurb.
Interesting.
Bransel.
Okay.
Stimsa.
I forgot we have a horse shirt. Stop being creepy! Oh my gosh. G-Works, thank you for the 22 months. Suspicious, Italia, and Nike, and Spoon, and Lily Pad. Emmy, you had a baby in April. Congratulations! Oh my gosh, what? That's such exciting news. That is so, so, so cool. Yeah, we chose Bacon because it was named Bacon, but I didn't personally name Bacon. I adopted it, and it was named Bacon. Was wondering about the owl above the horses. Is it a cat? Yeah, it's a cat, not an owl. It just looks weird. I adopted that too. It's kind of a weird looking cat, so I'm not complaining. I kind of like it. One second. Okay. Are you gonna eat? This game is so slow. Do you want to go practice too? Maybe you could, can you jump on your own or no? No, the answer is no. Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, go jump. Good, what do you want to do? Scratch my back, jump, graze, okay. If your PC can't run The Sims 4 with decent graphics, could it run The Sims 3? Well, can anything run The Sims 3? Respectfully, I think probably not. Because The Sims 3 is a rough one. I have a mod to try and make The Sims 3 running better. The Sims 3 is a little bit of a struggle, unfortunately, which really stinks, but is unfortunately the case. Anyway, Sims 3 melted your old laptop's motherboard? Oh my god. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Okay. Maybe you could clean that up because you've made a big mess, and then we can go ride the horse. How about that? You're doing pretty well. Your social's getting low. Let's go ride a horse, shall we? Yes. That is absolutely not good. Yeah, that is in fact very bad. If it actually melted your computer, that's like perhaps worst case scenario. I know, Hope. I feel like the animations in this game are so cute for horses. I mean, look at her get on this. She might do a bad job because she's not that familiar with it. But the way she's gonna get on this, come on. See, look at how cool that is. Sometimes they get on backwards by accident. It's like actually really cool. Peppa needs a break from learning new skills. No, no, no. Let's just go for a ride then, I guess. Come on. Come on. Oh, look, the horse peed. Is that what that was? I saw a little puddle earlier and I didn't know what it was. It was pee? I don't know about that. Here, do you want to go gallop around? Look at me riding my little horse. Let's go trot. How about that? She looks absolutely terrified. I'm kind of obsessed, to be honest. Ew, the graphics are like... Look at that. Why does it look so fuzzy? Can't be good. Can't be good. It is cute, though. It's like I'm underwater. Well... Well... Maybe because it's hot. Is it that hot? It's 94, I guess. So just thanks for the 28 months. Yeah, it's tab for the camera mode of this game too. Yeah. Oh, really? Let's go. I'm sorry. Yeah, The Sims 3 is so fun for me to go back and play. I really had like the time of my life with The Sims 3 when it was first out. So I really enjoy going back to it. It's so fun. She's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, well, you keep it up, I guess. How's the cat doing? Oh, the cat's on the table. Look at how cute it is. Hi, buddy. Aww. You can get a toy probably if you want. Oh, look at my horse. Look at how cool this is. I'm serious. I really feel like The Sims 4, it takes, I think people like kind of underestimate how much effort it takes to make such a, I'm on a hill. Oh my God, look at me go. Anyway, I was gonna say, I think that people underestimate how much effort it takes to make horses. Like they're a lot. And with them being a standalone expansion pack, I really have high hopes. I compared it kind of to how like werewolves and vampires got their own standalone packs in The Sims 4, and they're like 1,000 times better than The Sims 3. So anyway, I just think I have high expectations for it. I'm kind of excited. So, are you building your skill right now? A little bit. I want to get my riding skill up. I'm running around a little bit more than I thought I was going to be. When I said ride around, I didn't know I was going to go this far. Because I'm like really, really, really far. That's okay though. Are you going to go back home? Go home. Trot. We'll see how long it takes to get back. Yeah, I played Sims Medieval. We've actually streamed a lot of Sims Medieval in the last year. Sims Medieval is kind of fun. If you haven't seen it, you might enjoy it. And I'm saddle sore. You want to enter a competition too? Level 4 of riding skill. It's probably easier to enter a competition because I'm going to do that. Throw out fairies to The Sims 4. Well, Olivia, fairies are probably like, I would argue fairies are one of the most requested things right now. So I would think they would add them. Maybe someday. I don't know if anytime soon. Like their process, it takes a while, right? It's not like it is immediate or anything. But it's so requested. I think they would be like stupid not to, eventually at least. The gates are walk, trot, canter, and gallop. But if you're riding Western, then there is loping. Make sure you write this down, Simsie. I'm becoming a horse expert thanks to Hope. I'm going to know so many things. When I do my trailer reaction, I'm going to like be just spouting out all these horse facts. So. It's Bacon's birthday! Bacon's aging up. Bacon's aging up. Bacon's aging up. Bacon's aging up. Yes! So they usually release 2 packs a year. Well, Lo, so back in the day, pre-COVID, they used to, oh, that was scary. They used to release 2 expansions a year. But since COVID, it's been just 1 a year. I think that COVID really slowed down their process. But this will be their 2nd pack this year. Which I think is a pretty good sign that maybe they're getting back into the swing of things with 2 packs a year again, because it's been a while since we had that. But I think that people also kind of underestimate just how much the like early COVID period heavily impacted stuff like this. And they plan stuff out like a couple years in advance. You know, they're working on these things for a long time. And so like that initial switch to work from home and that like lag period of the adjustment and trying to like get the team computers at home that can do this and figure out the new dynamic of being at home and trying to work on these things. I think that like that would have really impacted their process and kind of slowed things down for a bit. And we're probably now catching back up, I think is what's happening. And that's why we had the 1 pack a year for a little bit as they were trying to like fix the adjustment period. So, well, yeah, obviously COVID is still a huge problem, but I don't think that COVID is affecting the workflow for companies like this anymore. It's like that early COVID adjustment period for a lot of tech companies where you got to think about it this way. A lot of these people, the team doesn't have the equipment at home to game develop, you know? I mean, they might have, but they also might not have. So it's like a real adjustment period of trying to get that and get everything sorted in that way. That they probably, you know, would have taken some time. And then like adjusting to doing everything from home and like the team process from home would have probably taken some time. So anyway. What would I like for the next game pack? Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know about game packs anymore. The one thing that I really badly want in The Sims 4 is hotels. So maybe that would be a game pack if they did it, but I don't know. I want hotels so badly. So badly. That's my main thing. You want more apartments? Any pack that has more apartments, I feel like this horse pack is almost certainly not going to have apartments in it, but like any pack that might have more apartments, I would absolutely die for. I want to have a world like the Eco Lifestyle one, where it's sort of a mix and they had a couple apartments and some like standalone houses. I really liked that about it. I wish that more worlds they built had that. I wish that the Growing Together world had that. I don't understand why it didn't. But anyway, I really, really wish that was the case. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, sleep. You'd like to have multi-thing lots like duplexes and apartments. If you could build that, I feel like at this point there's no way, just because we've already got like the apartment pack, but I would really like if we could customize or build, like being able to build a townhouse for real and have like more than one house connected like how you could in The Sims 3 and it actually be functional still and not like pretend like in The Sims 4. Or if you, and I don't think you could do this, but if you could have like, you know how in The Sims 4 if you have a retail lot, you can like have the downstairs be a store and then just have your sim live upstairs and like never leave and just pretend it's a house. If there is a way to like actually get your bills there, because you can't get your bills to those retail lots, that would be really cool if it could be like your real house. But well, that's the thing, right, Crafty? Like Growing Together would have been a great fit for apartments, because think about how many, especially with like the babies and stuff, how many like young families, dare I say most young families, live in like, you know, townhouses, apartments, stuff like that. Like that's so common. Everybody lives in apartments. Why do we have like no apartments in The Sims? It's nice that people can, I mean, listen, it's nice that your average sim can afford a house. Don't get me wrong. But I really wish that we had more like apartment living in this game, because it's so much more realistic. Like, anyway, I wish we had more so badly. I love apartments in The Sims 4, but oh well, maybe someday. Maybe someday. Because everybody like, anyway, I just want them so bad. It's nice, but is it realistic? Yeah. Oh, okay. Go back. You finish this and then take an evil shower and then we'll go and ride the horses and everything. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Oh, so I feel like everyone lives in apartments. Obviously, that's not the case, but like so many people live in apartments. Not even, we're mentioning the young family thing just because it was the baby pack, so it makes sense. But like, so like, my grandma lives in an apartment. Everybody lives in apartments, and we don't have like any of them in The Sims 4. So we do have one world that's only them, and then one more pack that has a few. But anyway, keep sleeping. I keep unpausing. Or untriple speeding, I mean. Not in the UK must be an American thing. What, like living in apartments? In general? I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily an American thing. It might be like a regionally sort of thing where, because I feel like that's just not true about the UK either. um, maybe if you think about like people that live in like, you know, cities and stuff, they all live in flats and things. That's, anyway, I don't think that's really an American thing. I think that's just, maybe the town that you live in, it's not as common. But anyway, there's definitely a lot of flats in the UK. Should I say flat instead? Would that make it better? Okay. Would you like to eat an autumn salad, perhaps? You don't have so many, but that's because you don't live in the city. Yeah, I guess that, I mean, yeah, I can see that in some places. Anyway. You'd love to recreate your apartment in The Sims? Yeah. Anyway. Flats aren't common if you aren't in the city in the UK. Well, I don't know if that's like a UK thing. I think that's just a throughout the world thing. If you live in like a rural area, it makes sense that there wouldn't be a lot of apartment buildings. But that's not really a UK thing. That's just a... I think that's a, you know, obviously in cities there's a higher density of apartments. I think that's just how the world works, you know? But anyway. You might consider apartment as something small, flat sounds bigger. Really? I feel like in my head, and I have no justification for this because they mean the same thing, but in my head, I think that apartment sounds bigger than flat. I feel like apartment sounds bigger. And that's not true. It's just the same, like it's the same thing. But I feel like maybe it's because the word is shorter. But anyway, it feels the same to you. Yeah, that's interesting. It's funny how that works, right? How like a word will have a meaning to you that maybe isn't right, but it's just like the vibes of it. Are apartments and condos the same thing, but one refers to rent and another to owned? Well, I think Simcat with condos, like usually if you're in a condo building, like all of the people that live in that building will like, maybe not all, but like the people that live in a condo building own those condos individually separately. Versus like an apartment where like the building is owned and you'd be renting, you know? But a condo is sort of like a, I don't know, mostly it's owned. Condos are 2 levels. Oh, that's not my experience. My grandma lives in a condo. And it's just like a apartment. But it's in a building where like all the neighbors also own their condos. So you live in a condo building, but your unit is owned by a lease company and you rent from them. That makes sense. But anyway, I think the difference is just like an ownership thing. Yeah, and then condos would have like oftentimes they'll have like a homeowners association, like you find in a lot of places in America, where, oh, are you training yourself to do this? Where you would like pay fees to the building for like upkeep of everything. 'Cause you're like you own the inside of your place and then you like share the rest of it. In your mind, a condominium is a building with amenities like a gym and pool and stuff, but an apartment / flat is just a building that has flats in it. That's interesting because I feel like I can see that, Claire, but there's a lot of apartment buildings around here that have amenities in that way. Like you might find an apartment that has like an apartment complex that has like pools and stuff. And this might be just a regional thing, Claire, also. Because we live, like where I live in Florida, a lot of times the apartments are like full-on complexes where it's like 5 buildings full of apartments, and then they have like, you know, a shared pool, maybe a shared gym, like they have stuff like that. So I might just be a regional thing though, because if you live in like a city with like some older buildings, it might not be as common to have stuff like that. But anyway, in Singapore, a condo is more of a luxury building and an apartment is just a flat. That makes sense. That makes sense. You have gyms in your buildings? I think some people do. Not everybody, but some people might. This is interesting. I don't know. I think at its core, though, the difference is just condos are owned and apartments are rented, but it is interesting to talk about. Would you like to mount this horse so we can ride it? Are townhouses condos? No, because I think of a condo as being like multiple units within the same building, kind of more apartment style, whereas townhouses, like I lived in a townhouse for a long time. Townhouses are like, it was like a long row of many houses that are attached. So it's kind of like a standalone house, except it has like another house next to it, and they all share walls. Does that make sense? But anyway, in Italian, the word for condo just means any building that isn't a standalone house. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Do you get windows in a townhouse? Yeah, you'd have windows in the front and the back. But like you don't have windows on the sides because the sides are shared with other people. Hold on. Example. It's like, this is a house. This is a house. This is a house. And then you'd have, I'm out of money. Oh, I can't intersect objects. This is a house. And then they'd have like maybe a door and there's windows and stuff in the front and back, but then you wouldn't have windows on the side because they're shared. So if you're lucky and you live on the end, you'd have windows on this side, but anyway. In your area of Canada, townhomes can be condos or not. Interesting. I wonder what, I mean, I guess it almost sounds like this condo word can mean more than one thing depending on where you live. That's fine though. Whatever makes the most sense. Oh, can you go to the bathroom so you don't pee your pants? Use the bath. No, don't do that. What am I doing? Use the bathroom. But I used to live in one of those for a long time. Anyway, this is where Shell lived in her Sims 3 stream. Oh, really? It's a nice place. It's got a pond. So, townhouse is about the structure of the building, the houses are put together, and condos about the ownership style of the building, like you pay HOA fees and stuff. That makes sense, I guess. So I suppose that you could technically consider most townhouse communities to be like a condo because you would pay, like, most of the time, like in where I lived, you think about it because like the whole exterior of the building is shared. So we have like a shared roof. We have like shared grass in the back, you know? And so like people would like pay fees to the like association of the building, and then they would pay someone to come, you know, do the lawn or whatever. Because we don't have our own lawn, we just have like grass that's shared between. But anyway, it was just a townhouse community and they had an HOA. So anyway, that's interesting. I think it's probably a language thing too, because depending on where you live, it might be different, you know, if the translation means something different in other places. So, but yeah, I still think of condos as being like basically an apartment that is owned. So I wouldn't think of a townhouse as being a condo. Those things mean something different to me. The college you went to had townhouses instead of dorms? Really? That actually seems quite nice. Condo sounds like a water type of house. Do you know, I wonder if you think that because a lot of old people retire to condo buildings in Florida. So I wonder if you associate condo with like old people living in condo buildings in Florida by the water. Maybe that's where you hear condo the most, so that's why you think it means it's on the water. Because I can see that. Because I like, that's pretty common. A lot of old people live in condo buildings by the water in Florida because they retire here. So that's so interesting. Especially with the city. I guess that makes sense too. I mean, I have like the condo Florida association because my grandma lives in a condo in Florida. So I mean, I can see that, yeah. Anyway, the word condominium just means a property of many from Latin. Ooh, interesting. I like this discussion. It's kind of funny talking about how it is in different places. Sister bought a condo. Oh, that's nice, Christine. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Would werewolves be able to ride the horses in wolf form? Because that is terrifying. I mean, I would assume so. Oh my god. The way we all had a collective, oh no, feeling about that. That is an interesting thought. Yeah, okay. Huh. Well, I guess we'll see. Greg on a horse. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't really see... Oh, look at how beautiful this is. We need graveyards in The Sims 4. Look at this. This is amazing. Seriously, why don't we have this? This part's kind of sad, though. Anyway, yeah, I can't imagine you not being able to ride the horse in wolf form, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, the Grim Reaper statue, I know. Let's go. I'm bringing you all the way over here so that we can do the competition at 5 p.m. I'm ready. Graveyard stuff should be a thing. If they made like an entire graveyard pack, oh my god, could you imagine? That would be interesting. Why have graveyards when you can have front yards? Feed treat. Hug, let's sniff hand, rub neck, talk to, pet. Yeah. Next YouTube generation has to have a farm. Well, this timing is terrible because we're going to university. We're gonna like go to college to what? Have a farm? So maybe after, and on my YouTube series, after we do college, maybe their kids can have a farm. That might be nice. We're besties! Oh, that's good. I'm glad we're besties. But I want to go to college so that I can get like a major career bonus, you know? Realizing the corporate world isn't all it's cracked up to be, farming instead. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's a fun story, but like I want to do a real job so that I can have the career bonus from it. Anyway, we're gonna play Stardew Valley in The Sims, I guess. Evidently. Oh my. All right, enter a beginner jumping competition. I think I'm gonna do a jumping competition because my horse has level 5 jumping, which is better, so. Oh yeah, and I have career bonus from being valedictorian. So they might, I wonder if it'll stack and then we'll have like level 10 immediately when we get our job. We start the career at max level. Huh. Easy mode, apparently. Okay, get back on the horse. We're going to a competition soon. Are you ready? Just keep the horse in the dorm. Could you imagine? 10 minutes. Here we go. Go Bull, AG, Priscilla, JC, thank you for the subs. Oh my goodness. The nectar thing, does that mean new plants or something? I don't know. I would assume maybe we get some new plants, but in The Sims 3, we had nectar making from World Adventures, and you would use like grapes and stuff, and then you could age it to try and make more money. So I'm assuming it's gonna work kind of like that in The Sims 4. Let's enter a show jumping competition beginner. Yeah. Hope we can do goat yoga with spa day. Oh my god. Could you imagine? That would be kind of fun. Come on, win, 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 win. Let me not triple speed so we can actually watch this. This is what I'm expecting The Sims 4 competitions are gonna be like. How you pick your pace and then... Come on, I wanna win. Yay! I won. Yes. I feel so powerful right now. Good job. Good job. Win a beginner jumping competition. Okay, I just did, but A rabbit hole? Yeah, it's a rabbit hole in the competition. Again, the rabbit hole aspect of it really doesn't bug me that much. Like, I don't really think that it would be... Listen, I think that it would not work right if it was a real, like, watchable, playable, and real game competition. So, anyway, I would prefer the rabbit hole. We kind of talked about this earlier, but I really do think the rabbit hole is probably better, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna brush my little cat, and then I might play with you, and then I'll get some food, and then I'll go to bed, and it's gonna be a lovely day. Anyway, I think that it has to be a rabbit hole, because otherwise it would be a disaster. And I'm okay with that. I honestly would prefer it to be a rabbit hole. Active competitions has too much room for error, and it would probably be boring. So, anyway, like the sport competitions in university. Oh yeah, exactly, kind of like that. Yeah, I could see that. Do I have a promo code, like for The Sims? No. No. Oh, they had a baby. Cute. Good for them. Okay, stop talking to the cat and go. Sorry, cat. I was gonna talk to you and then I abandoned you. You want the burglars back? I would like to have them back in The Sims 4 also. Okay, you can probably, feed the turtle and clean it and then go to sleep. How about that? How about that? The burglars are so much fun though. I enjoyed that back in the day. I mean, I didn't enjoy it because they would come and steal all my things, but I kinda enjoyed it. I kinda enjoyed it. Okay. Would you like to take care of this? Come on, hurry up. She's so slow. Kayla really wants the zombies back? No, that's not even funny. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't you dare say that. I don't want the zombies back. What are you talking about? Don't even put that in the universe. Oh my gosh. All right, everyone to sleep. There were zombies. Yeah, in The Sims 3 Supernatural. And then when it was a full moon, they'd come out of the ground and like attack you. It was terrible. That was a bit of an exaggeration, but they would come out of the ground. And then when it was a full moon, the whole game would kind of turn green. It had this really weird, like, glitchy, green, glowy lighting. I hated it. I hated it. So, anyway. Keep sleeping. No zombies, I'm begging you. Yes, seriously, I do not want them in The Sims 4 at all. I do not want them in The Sims 4. Come on. Finish sleeping. Wide awake at 6 a.m. as you should be. Do you want to take a shower? You could probably have a quick meal of some like bread and jam. How about that? Late Uno with the 51 months. Oh my gosh. And Brock and Hufflepuff and Crit and Sloan and Rebecca. Thank you for the subs. My cat looks like a hamster. I know it does. Isn't it kind of weird? Serious hamster vibes on this cat. Oh, look at them. Do you want to be besties? Wait, do you want to do horseplay as well? Oh, look at them. Do I think they'll do another pack refresh? Do you know what, Lori? Can I be honest? I think that the spa day pack refresh might end up being the only one we get, which breaks my heart, let's be clear. But I think that they did that sort of, and I mean, listen, they're not doing that out of the goodness of their heart, right? They're doing it because they're trying to see if refreshing an old pack will encourage new sales. Like, will the spa day pack refresh get more people that didn't buy spa day before to buy it now? That is why they went back and refreshed it, right? And they added a couple cute things in it, but I don't think that it was effective at selling a bunch of the new packs, which is what they wanted it to do. I'm sure it worked on some people, but I think they wanted a lot of people to buy it again, and not enough did. So they probably realized it wasn't worth it, and they're not, I would assume, maybe not gonna do another pack refresh, which sucks because that was like amazing for us. But I think for them and for like their time and effort put into it, I think it probably wasn't worthwhile, and that's why they haven't done it again. Does that make sense? I think that Spa Day was a kind of interesting one for them to have picked, because I feel like Spa Day, I don't know, I guess I just feel like Spa Day probably isn't, I don't know, there isn't like a big draw to Spa Day on its own. I guess that's probably why they tried to do it, to see if like Spa Day would work better if they updated it, but I don't know. Dine would have better sales than Spa Day. Yeah, but what I think is happening, Rainy, I think that they probably picked a pack that didn't have that many sales in the first place. And I think that Dine Out is probably one of the more popular game packs. So they don't really need to like do something. I mean, I would love if they would fix it. Don't misquote me. But I think for them, they don't need to change it to sell it more, because people will already buy it. But I think things like Spa Day, maybe even like Jungle Adventure Outdoor Retreat, maybe the appeal is less broad. And so they tried to refresh Spa Day to see if that would work at encouraging new people to get it. I think that Dine Out stands better sort of on its own, and that's why they didn't do that one. You know? Obviously, I think it's kind of buggy and could use a refresh, but I think from their perspective, it probably made more sense to do Spa Day, and I can see that. I can see why they would have picked it. It was like one of the first game packs, probably didn't sell as well as some other ones, so anyway. You bought Spa Day because of the refresh? Yeah, I think that some people did. I think they probably just were hoping that a lot of people would, and maybe not as many as they wanted did. So, okay, let's go ride the horse, shall we? You also did? Yeah, I think it was a fun refresh. Also, hi, Kayla. But to be honest, I must say, I really... Oh, they don't like each other. One of the biggest things for me in that Spa Day refresh was the nail polish, but they added nail polish to the base game when they did it. So there was like some extra cool nails and like the nail painting thing in Spa Day, but everybody got nail polish, so you don't really need to buy Spa Day for it if you want like more features for it. But I never use Spa Day. I don't like go to the spa very often, so I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, but yeah. And then we've got some extra nail polish in some of the more recent packs too, but use yoga constantly though. I do use the yoga a lot. I don't go to the spas very much, but I do use the yoga a lot. I found, especially honestly, with the new burnout stuff from Growing Together, I found yoga is actually really helpful for it. So I've been using yoga even more now that we have Growing Together, because my Sims get burnt out too much and yoga usually helps them. Okay, would you like to practice jumping? Oh my god, hold on. Let me look at this really quickly. How on earth? A person called Beep Boop T made a family tree of my Potts family. Our like legacy challenge from... No way. Oh, this is so weird looking back on. The pets are even included. Oh, how cool is that? Oh my god. It's Pulp! The legend herself. So interesting. We've got Bethany 2, original Bethany. They even have the traits on there? How the heck did you do this? Jerry. I forgot about him. Blobby. To replace my dead brother, I will get a dog. Proceeds to get a cat. Is that what I said? I had a cat called Pirate. Barry married Goopy. We also had Jerry, Perry, Goose, and Lola. Wow. Huh. What happened to you? Crystal clear. I wished for love on the wishing well and I was given her. Who's that purple poodle? I've never seen a purple poodle. I don't know what you're talking about. Not familiar with that. Huh. Is it worth marrying him? I don't care about him. Oh yeah, Holly and Patrick. They even have all of the 4. Number 1, grandmother Holly. Great aunt named Holly. Aunt named Holly. She's named Holly. And then 4.1 because she died and came back. They have all of the reasons she's called Holly. Holly 4. Oh my god, there's even quotes. This is so funny. Wow, that's so cool. Let me link this for you all, actually. That's so cool. Huh. I'm having so much fun right now. I forgot about a lot of these pets, to be honest. It makes you remember, like, just how long I've been playing with this family, because, like, truly, who has any idea what was going on back here? Mango? The source of the why do you have a dog but no dog? Why do you have a dog bowl but no dog? It was when Mango died. No way. That's the lore right there. That's so cool. That's so cool. Oh, this just made my day. I'm linking in chat again, by the way. Thank you for making this, by the way. This was made by Beep Boop T, who went through and put so much effort into this. This is the coolest thing in the entire world. I'm, like, actually thriving. Remember this one? I liked Toast. Aww. What happened to you? Oh. He was in a good mood, so died, I guess. Did I say that? I remember this guy, the chosen heir who had 2 sets of twins and then died in the pond. And then I got stuck with Austin. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. It does sound like something I would say. Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing. When you see it like this, because in-game, you can't see everything. It just shows you, like, honestly, most of it, like, this half is just one sim, one sim, one sim, one sim. So when you see it like this, it really shows you, like, how much. Such an American thing to throw tea in the water like that. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, no. Prune who? What's prune? I don't see any. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything named Prune around here. Just one dog. Just the one dog named Pulp is all. No one else. Oh, no one else. Oh, no one else. Oh, no one else. What a great picture of Pulp. That's the gallery image of Pulp. Which is extra funny to me. Oh my goodness. What are we doing? Oh, we're playing The Sims 3 with horses right now, but somebody made a family tree of my Sims 4 Legacy we've been playing on Twitch, and so we were looking at it, which has been kind of fun, but I'm gonna do some jumping, I suppose. Pulp is kind of iconic. Took you this long to realize The Sims 4 has heat waves? Uh-oh, have you never seen one before? Maybe you've been living in worlds that, like, are a little bit cooler, so you don't get them. Please have Prune's description. I don't know. Who's Prune? Let me just check something really fast. Nothing to check, but let me just check something really fast. Everybody close your eyes, okay? She was robbed. Who was robbed? Oh, it's a joke about how there's no burglars in The Sims 4, just like how there's no dog named Prune. Right? That's what it is. That's the joke, uh-huh. Christine, stop. Stop. Throw rider? Wait. Whoa. That was kind of fun for me, actually. Don't answer the phone. I want to ride my horse. I am not doing a good job of horsing around today. Can you die that way? No. Could you imagine? That would be an interesting, Anyway. Dropped by a horse. We were talking about that earlier with the, how we were saying that maybe it's a little bit too real. But I guess in the same way, like, there is a lot of stuff like that, oh, I don't want to be upset about this. That, I mean, like, your sim can drown and it's quite graphic, so, I don't know. I think it could be made funny. So, the fire is quite real. Yeah, there's some deaths in The Sims that are like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you can't, I think that's a good comparison, Hope. Like, they couldn't have done like a way to, like if a dog could hurt you, that's not, at that point, that's not really funny because it's like a little bit too real. And I think the same thing could be said of horses. Like, I think it's a little bit too real. Whereas, like, with the chickens attacking you, it's like an evil chicken with glowing red eyes attacking you isn't the same as, like, actually getting hurt by a horse, you know? But I don't really I don't know why. It just feels that way. It's, like, a little bit too close to home, almost. Okay, can you practice riding this horse next? Because we've not really been riding this one much. I'll go get you ready. Maybe I could bring you to the racing grounds. How about that? I could probably bring you both to the... I don't know. Slipping in the nectar? Oh my god! They slip and fall and like drown in the wine barrel? Is that too much? I don't know. I don't know. It might be a little bit. I'm trying to think of like other ones that might be, I don't know. I think that there probably would be a death in the hay bale, but you could probably like woohoo in the hay bales. That's what I'd like to see, because you could do that before in this game. So I'd like to have woohoo in the hay bale in The Sims 4. But I don't know. I wonder if you can woohoo in the horse stall. I bet they could do death by goat, like how the chickens are. But it's not as funny as the chickens and bunnies are. Because, like, getting murdered by a bunny is kind of silly. The goat's not as bad. The Sims is weird. The discussion we're having right now is really weird. Heard square dancing may come. It looked like it from the screenshots, and there was a like a dance hall lot. Goats are too cute to kill you. Yeah, but so are the bunnies, and they can kill you in The Sims 4. So, do you know what made me laugh? In the leaked description list of the bunnies, like, of the goats, can I read this to you? Because I didn't joke about this in the video yesterday that I made, but it made me laugh a lot when I read it, because they were describing the features of the small animals, and they sound like look, they're cute, okay? They're really cute, but fill your ranch with animal friends and carve out a life together. Your horses, including adorable foals, are part of your household and have lots of special interactions with both Sims and other horses. You can also care for both mini goats and mini sheep and invite neighbors to come see how cute they are. So, like, the main gameplay feature is inviting neighbors to come look at them. So what do? Be cute. Like that's the description. That is the content description of the mini goats and mini sheep. It's just you can look at them. Do they count as Sims in a household? Well, I would assume the goats and sheep don't. They would probably be like the chickens from Cottage Living. And you can care for them, I would guess, just like the chickens from Cottage Living. And then the horses will be part of your household, like in The Sims 3. So, anyway. I like the idea of them, but I don't think they're gonna be like that big of a purpose. It's just kind of cute. It's just kind of cute. So anyway, it does kind of make me laugh thinking about that. I don't really mind. Like for me the main feature is like the horses, obviously. So, but anyway, well, Cammy, I made a video yesterday on this. If you didn't see it, I made it yesterday where we talked about all this. So, can we milk the goats? Do you know what? Because they didn't say that, I don't know. Just because they didn't say it here doesn't mean that it's not coming, because there's more stuff in the pack than what gets listed in this main features list. These are just like some major selling points they're listing, but I don't know. We'll see from the trailer tomorrow. It's hard to like talk about now when we haven't really seen that much of it. Like once we see the trailer, we'll be able to kind of figure out more of what's coming, but I don't know. We'll see, you won't. That's not funny, Miv. I cried about this yesterday, Miv. And you're making fun of me? Listen, it was more of like an anxious, overwhelmed cry yesterday because I was really stressed out. I really don't mean to complain, but I was trying to finish pre-recording for VidCon. And then I just had so much work to do yesterday. And then they give me the trailer and it's coming out when I'm on a plane. And I was like, this actually can't be happening. Why is this all happening at once? But anyway, it's fine. It was sort of dramatic, but I was just a little stressed. I was a little bit stressed. I'm still a little bit stressed. I'm really, really anxious about tomorrow. I'm really trying to be so brave right now, but I'm so anxious about tomorrow. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. But tomorrow I have, I'm going to VidCon and then I have a meet and greet as well at VidCon. So I'm just like, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. Yeah, Dan's coming with me. Do you know what? I will say VidCon has been so nice about like being a featured creator at VidCon. I genuinely feel like I am thriving. Like VidCon has been so kind and easy about +1 stuff compared to TwitchCon. Like I had to pay for Dan's flight to VidCon, but they booked it and then I paid them, which is like easy, I guess. TwitchCon wouldn't even like give Dan a badge as a +1. He's a partner too, so we can get into the partner lounge and stuff. But like TwitchCon has like a purple lounge, they call it, for like the speakers to go into before they have panels and everything. You can't get a +1 in there. So like Dan couldn't come in there. I was just in there alone, which is not that big of a deal, but it's like comparatively, VidCon is like so accommodating of stuff like that. And also like VidCon, the security situation at VidCon is huge. They're gonna have like wristbands with like to scan to let you in places. So they're like being serious about the security of it. So it's like the badge and the wristband. At every VidCon I've ever been to previously, the Featured Creator Hotel has like a full-on perimeter around it, so you can't get in it at all if you're not staying there. What the? What? 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 What is that? What's happening? Is it a meteor? Am I gonna die? Get the horse away? I don't... Go inside. Excuse me? Is everybody alive? What are you doing giving him flowers right now? What's that? Why do you have those weird briefcases? What's going on right now? I'm serious, in all my years, those are their laptops? Oh. In all my years, why do they have laptops and they're naked? In all my years of playing The Sims 3, I have literally never seen that. I have never seen that before. Well, we didn't die. I'm singed and I'm feeling unlucky. Yeah. I would say so. I've never seen that. Can you come collect this? That was so scary. There's units of scrap. I want all of them. This is so scary. Yeah, it makes like an actual hole in the terrain. It's kind of cool. Wait. No way! That's the whole thing? I can keep that? Oh my god. No way. I actually can't believe that just happened. I'm gonna be rich. No, I've never seen this before. Did you almost die? Yes, Hope, everybody got struck by a meteor. Look, everybody. We're all like, this was bad. We had a bit of a near-death experience, it seems. But we're fine. It's fine. Yeah, Christine clipped it. That was so scary. I can't believe that happened. These only sell for a little bit of money. The big one sells for a decent amount. And I've got some scrap. Huh. I can analyze it and possibly increase the value. Oh, really? Tell funny story. About what? How you almost got killed by a meteor? If my sim was in the shadow, they would have died. Oh, I should have let it happen. Did it auto happen? Yeah, all of a sudden, the horse was like, what's that shadow? And then it came from the sky and killed me. Well, I didn't die, but I could have. Huh. I didn't do anything to encourage that. That's so scary. I can't believe that happened. Should we go home? It's been a long day. I was gonna go to the competition tonight, but I guess not. Yeah, my sim has the unlucky trait. So I guess it's more likely to happen to her. One time you had a meteor happen when your sim was attending graduation and everyone came out of the building and your sim died. No, and it was like the second day of a legacy too. Oh my god. Of course it was. Of course it was. Huh. Well, that was fun. I guess I'll take a shower. I was talking about VidCon. I don't remember what I was saying. It was about the VidCon security at the hotel. So I've been like comparing, because I've only been to TwitchCon recently. I've been to VidCon like as a person who bought a ticket years ago, but that was like 6 years ago. So comparing like what VidCon has been talking about security wise and how they have like a perimeter around the hotel and like all this stuff at TwitchCon, I never have understood this at TwitchCon. And I don't mean to complain necessarily for me because I'm not like a big enough streamer to be worried about this at TwitchCon. But at TwitchCon, they put a bunch of streamers up in the hotel that was right next to the convention center. And they said, oh, there's going to be security in the hotel. There wasn't any. And anybody could go into the hotel. Anybody could go into the hotel, even if you weren't staying there. And because it was right next to the convention center, like attached, there was just people in the lobby constantly kind of like hanging around by the elevators hoping to see a streamer. And from my understanding, I think that a lot of the big streamers like left the hotel and went and got an Airbnb because it wasn't safe for them in the hotel because anybody could go in there, and they were just lurking around waiting to see people, which, I mean, like, I don't understand why they weren't at least like checking, like, because they could have been checking room keys to see like if you're actually staying there to let you into the lobby. But it's like actually kind of dangerous for them to have like anybody knowing. And plus, everyone knows all of the streamers are staying in that hotel because like the word has spread. So like, if you're looking for someone specific, chances are if you go lurk in the lobby, they might see them, and that's dangerous. It seems like a really, really major like oversight for them to have not been worried about that. It's like a mirror of nothing bad happened. I don't know. And I'm not really talking about for me because I'm not really like, I'm not big like that, you know? I'm just thinking about like the big streamers. It's like actually dangerous. But anyway. And you can't really blame the people who are going, I guess, because like it's right there and you know, it's allowed, so you know, they just go in there, but it's really not safe. But anyway, a lot of those big streamers I saw, they had like hired security. I think they were bringing around with them, which I think is smart, especially if they're IRL streaming. I think about that sometimes and how scary that is. If they're like IRL streaming, meaning like they have their phone out and they're streaming like while they're walking around the convention, because you're like live broadcasting your location, you know, so you have to be so careful about that because they could find you. You know. But anyway, I saw like Hassan had literally like bodyguards flanking him the whole time he was at TwitchCon, which, I mean, he has to. People hate Hassan. Like, the guy is like genuinely in danger from people. I'm sure he has people sending him like actual threats. So it's good that he had people with him, but it's just not safe for a person like him to be at a hotel where everybody knows where he is, you know, and anybody can get in there. So anyway, makes me nervous. So hopefully next year they'll be a little bit better about it. But why is he hated? Well, Hassan is a political commentary streamer, and a lot of right-wing people don't like him. For reasons like that and stuff. So that is the kind of thing you have to worry about. So anyway. No, it's not, Lunar, but I think that people go to conventions like that because they want to see creators, you know? Like, the draw of going to conventions like that is because they want to meet people. And so when given the opportunity, I'm not really surprised that they would go like try to be in the hotel so that they could see the streamers they want to meet. I'm not saying it's safe or good for anyone, but I can see why they would do that. And I think the responsibility falls on like TwitchCon to have measures in place to protect those creators, you know? But anyway. And also it's free to go into the hotel. You don't need to have a convention ticket, so that's another thing. TwitchCon happened in San Diego last year. It's going to be in Vegas this year. So, anyway, this isn't my Sims for Legacy. No, it's just a random save. I wanted to play with horses. Yeah, having the hotel next door, I feel like, I don't know. It's like good in theory, I suppose, but I think realistically, they probably should have it a little bit farther away, and it needs to be like a secret what hotel the creators are staying at. And I want to make it clear, I'm not really talking about me. Like, I'm not really that worried about this for me. Like, I'm not that level. But I think that, like, it needs to be, it shouldn't be public knowledge or, like, easy public knowledge where a person, like, he is staying. Because it's not safe, you know? So they need to do it, like, farther away. I guess that's true, games. It's going to be harder to control entry in Vegas because they're not going to tell people not to come into the casinos, are they? Anyway, streamers want to keep it a secret. Well, no, I think it gets, like, the information gets out, Selkie, no matter what, which is why they have to have, like, at VidCon. So I've not been to VidCon this year, so I can't really speak on what it's going to be like this year. I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing. the VidCon that I was at in like 2018, they've been doing this for a long time, and VidCon's been hosting some big names for a long time, so they kind of know what they're doing. The hotel that they have people stay at is a secret until the convention starts, and then people kind of find out because they see, they see stuff happening and then word spreads. But they literally have like a perimeter around the hotel. They will not let cars come up to like the drop-off point at the hotel or into the parking lot unless you can prove you're staying there. Like they make you show it to get into the parking lot. And then they've got security everywhere. And when I went to that hotel because my friend was staying there, and then we left together. And I'm not exaggerating. We were standing outside waiting for an Uber to come pick us up, like in front of the hotel doors. And on the sidewalk outside of the hotel where they had like the perimeter with security, there was like hundreds of YouTube fans like standing there wanting to see YouTubers coming out of the hotel. And so we were just standing there, and there's people just waiting like across the road looking, hoping to see YouTubers. So that's why they have to be so serious about the security, because that kind of thing happens. So like imagine that, maybe a smaller scale, but in the lobby of the TwitchCon hotel is kind of what was going on. And so it's not really safe, especially because a lot of streamers have like genuine like stalker situations, stuff like that going on. So you don't want them to know where you are. Anyway, I've told that story before. Yeah. When I was waiting out there, this is a bad person, but when I was waiting out there, David Dobrik came out of the hotel to get into a car as well. And I'm not kidding. I didn't see him because I was like not looking that way. He came from behind me, but he came out of the hotel doors, and the crowd like erupted. Like everybody started screaming, and I was like, oh, there must be a YouTuber somewhere, because the crowd started screaming across the road. So that's the kind of thing that we're talking about that happens at these places. But anyway, but the people that are there, they want to see creators so bad. They'll have that reaction for like pretty much any YouTuber. Even if they don't watch them specifically, that's kind of like the vibes. It's just like you want to see a YouTuber. I don't know what the vibes of VidCon are like now though, because I was there in like 2018, and I think that like VidCon was kind of peaking around then. So I don't really know what it's going to be like now. I'm not really worried about myself. It's more just interesting to discuss like the safety of everyone, And I think to an extent it's like safety for the like crowd as well that they have to worry about, Wasn't 2018 the first year it wasn't owned by the Green Brothers? It might have been, Alex. But around then, like even like YouTube stopped being a sponsor of VidCon. And then they were again. Like last year, TikTok was the primary sponsor of VidCon. Now like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch all have their hands in VidCon. So it's just a little bit different than it used to be. It used to be like a YouTube convention, then it was like an internet convention, and now it's still kind of... Well, so Jenna, YouTube used to always be the main sponsor, and then last year it was TikTok. And now like Twitch also has they're sponsoring it a little bit too. So anyway, it's interesting. Sort of just like an internet convention now. Which I think makes sense though. I can see it, but VidCon was so fun when you were in high school. Yeah, I went to VidCon twice. I went in 2017 and in 2018. And your head VidCon is strictly YouTube? Yeah, and it was for a long time. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what it's like this year, though. I'll let you know. I'll be there tomorrow, so I'll see how it goes. I'm kind of nervous about it, but it'll be fun. I was kind of excited to be like offered the opportunity to go, So that's cool that they even asked me. Would you like to ride the horse so we can jump? Went to the one in Europe in 2016. A lot of people was scary. Yeah, when we went in 2018, it was the same year that TanaCon happened outside of VidCon. So, yikes, yikes. Well, so okay, Simmer, I don't really know anymore, to be honest. I went to TwitchCon last year, and I'm gonna go to TwitchCon this year in Vegas, but and I'm going to VidCon this year. I don't know if I'm going to go to VidCon every year. I guess it depends if they invite me. And also if it's a pleasant experience. Are you barefoot? That doesn't seem right. You have Dodie's signature? Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool. I like Dodie. Riding barefoot. Classic. Yeah, sure. Is it a convention in Europe again? I mean, I would like to. I wanted to go to TwitchCon Paris, but it's just the timing is really bad. And do you know what? Oh my god. For me, it was just timing because I was really stressed about how close it was to VidCon. Because it's in like 2 weeks. So I was just like too stressed about too much travel. Because my cousin's getting married soon too. So I was like, I don't want to go to VidCon and then Paris and then my cousin's wedding. I was like, I can't do that. So I was like, I'm not going to TwitchCon Paris. I even decided not to go to Dan's friend's wedding because I was too stressed about all the travel. And now the horse pack is coming out. So actually, in hindsight, probably really good that I'm not going to TwitchCon Paris. Because when is it? TwitchCon Paris is like, I think it's like July 9th or something. And I think it's July 8th to 9th. And the horse pack maybe is coming out on the 20th. So, I don't know. We'll see. But that's actually maybe a good thing that I'm not going. Hopefully next year it'll be a better time. Less going on. We'll find out tomorrow. But, I mean, maybe, Christine. Last year, or well, not last year, it was a couple months ago, but with Growing Together, the early access was quite close to when the pack came out. So July 9th might be before the early access happens, but we'll see. They haven't said, so I don't know. We're just guessing, but you'll be out of town when we get horses. Oh no, that stinks. That stinks. But anyway, this pack called Horse Ranch. It looks like it will be, yeah. Yeah, Hope is going to be out of town for when it comes out too, and that's devastating because Hope is our resident horse girl. What am I going to do about me being on a flight when the trailer comes out? I'm going to try to film with it when I get to my hotel. We'll see. The problem is the Wi-Fi in hotels is usually really bad, so it might take me ages to upload the video, and then we have to like edit it and pick up my badge, and I have a meet and greet tomorrow. Oh my god! Why is everything happening all at once? I'm like stressed out enough that my meet and greet is the same day that I'm flying in. That makes me so nervous. I'm so anxious about that. And now the trailer is happening too. Why? Why? Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Anyway. It's okay. Guys, it's a conspiracy. She's going to Sims camp. Is that what you're saying? Did someone? I saw a reply, but I didn't see the whole message. Okay, so it's not a conspiracy. I'm not going to a Sims event. I don't know if you're joking or not, but I feel like we probably shouldn't joke about this because people believe it even when you think it's a joke. So it's documentably true that I'm going to VidCon because I have a meet and greet and a panel, and you can see my face on their website. So, no. I also don't think that they're going to be doing, I don't think they'll be doing any in-person Sims events again anytime soon. I would be really surprised about that, to be honest. So, you're just joking? I know you were, Felix, but a lot of people are, but then people don't realize that it's a joke. So it makes me nervous when that stuff happens. Well, are you on the horse yet? Hello? You definitely go to Sims summer camp. When they say Sims camp, they're talking about how back in the day, pre-COVID, they used to fly people out to California to play the Sims packs early, to film content basically, but they haven't done that in a long time, obviously because of COVID. And I think that what they do now with the at-home early access, where they give you like a separate version of the game that has that weird watermark and stuff, I think that's probably a lot more effective in a lot of ways because we can make better content because you have to record audio and you have more time. and then also they could give more people it, and it's cheaper because they don't need to pay for flights. So it's like, I think business-wise, it makes no sense to do an in-person event again, which is sad because I would love that. Like, I would love to do in-person events again. That would be so fun. I loved being able to see everybody, and it was like the highlight of my life. But I just think that, like, realistically, it doesn't make sense for them to do it anymore, you know? But anyway, I think it's still maybe a little wishy-washy with the travel because of COVID anyway. But yeah, I think that for a thing, that's a good thing to compare it to, Starry. I feel like with, like, for example, a Sims 5 thing, which I don't want you guys to hear me say this and think that it's anytime soon. This is going to be, like, we're talking years away. There's literally no news about this Project Renee stuff. There's not any word on this at all. We're speaking, like, big picture, long term. A thing like that, like a new Sims game, I think that makes sense to do an in-person event for, because you can control leaks a little bit better if you're, like, sitting them in a room and showing them the game in person. So I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they did an in-person event for a thing like that, and also, like, years in the future, you know, versus, like, doing in-person stuff for the 14th expansion pack for The Sims 4. You know, do you need to do that anymore? Project Renee. Get it? Nay, like a horse. But yeah, I feel like with a thing like that, it probably would make more sense to do that in person, you know? Anyway. But that's a long ways away. Long ways away. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like 5 years away. It is EP 14, right? Because Growing Together was EP 13. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. That's a lot. 14 is my favorite number. I didn't think about that. Oh my god. The 14th pack is my favorite pack, the horse pack. That's so fun. Anyway, my birthday is the 14th. That's why. Oh, I call it Renesmee on purpose, Poet. It's rare that I actually call it Project Renee. I usually call it Project Renesmee. That's sort of like me and my friends, like when like Steph and Sasha and I would be discussing like, what do you think it's gonna be? We call it Renesmee as well, out loud. It's like that's the technical term. Everyone calls it Renesmee. Everywhere. How many expansions does The Sims 3 have? Oh. Well, The Sims 3 was around for a lot less time. There were 11. But The Sims 3 came out in 2009, and then The Sims 4 came out in 2014. But The Sims 4 came out in 2014. And it's still The Sims 4. So, The Sims 3 had less time to be releasing packs for it. The Sims 4 has been just going and going and going and going and going for like 9 years. So, yikes. The Sims 4 is almost a decade old, yeah. Yikes. The Sims 3 had the Sims 3 store, which is kind of like the kits, and that was arguably worse than anything we have from the Sims 4, so. Anyway. Yeah, that's a good question, Ardently. I wonder, I'd be curious to see what the 10th anniversary of the Sims 4 will entail. I am fascinated by that. I would love to know what they plan on doing for it. The kits genuinely are better than the Sims 3 store. The Sims 3 store was wild. If you've never seen it, it's horrifying. They would sell you a hair for like $1. It was really, 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 really bad. Hot tub recolor! Ooh. I guess, do you know what? I don't want to get my hopes up, but honestly, Christine, a Renee announcement. We call it Renee because that's the code name for this like new Sims game they're making. They've told us about, but an announcement or like some more info on it for the Sims 4's 10th anniversary. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. I yawned. That would be in like September of 2024. That's not too unrealistic, I don't think. I don't know. What did you do, Tilly? You sneezed and put emote only mode on? doing? Are you playing with like water balloon? How? Huh. Okay. Huh. Hey Faye, Allie, Liz, Blue, Sim, Sidekick, Shadow, thank you all for the subs. Oh, are you hitting on me? Are you always in this good of a mood? Love to hang out and get to know me better? Which one are you? Nathaniel Bundy, the paparazzi. I'm evil, so I don't know if you want to date me, but we could try. Do you want some flowers? We could date. I'd be into it. Hello? Where'd you go? Oh, he smells and he ran away. Okay, never mind, I guess. Yikes. Yikes. Playing with a frisbee? I don't think it's a frisbee. I think that they're throwing stuff at each other. I think it's a water balloon. Oh, it's a water balloon. It is definitely a water balloon. Yep. Yep. Okay, we can run the jumping course after this. Ready? Run jumping course. Come on. We've got level 5, almost 6 riding. And this horse has level 6, almost 7 jumping. Yeah, Lucas. Hope, who is Goose Kingdom in the chat, does my closed captions. They're not auto-generated. I pay someone to make captions for my videos. YouTube has, like, the auto ones, but they're not always perfect. So my friend Hope does them. She's here. Or she was. Might be at work now. On Twitch, they're auto-generated. These ones that are on Twitch, I don't know if you're talking about here. The Twitch ones, I have a OBS plugin that is auto-generating them. To pay someone to do this would be, like, absurdly expensive. To, like, hire a stenographer for that would be not really feasible. So I have a plugin that auto-generates them. It's actually not too bad. I'm looking at it right now, and they're pretty okay. There's definitely problems sometimes with the captions, but it's kind of the only way to do it. And most people don't even know that you can do that. So a lot of people don't have them on Twitch. So it's okay. Hope, I really think that people know that. Obviously, like, we don't have, especially with, like, the things like yesterday where there was an announcement yesterday and I recorded and uploaded same day. It's impossible for you to get it out as, like, urgently. Yeah, my panel is on Friday. My meet and greet is tomorrow via, so I've got both. Panel on Friday, meet and greet tomorrow at VidCon. But yeah, obviously Hope is a real person with a job. And so she does the best that she can with the timing of things, but sometimes, you know, it might take her a little bit longer to get the captions out, but that's okay. We do our best. Is she riding barefoot? Yeah, I'm in my pajamas. Are you gonna brush the horse because it smells? Stinky. That's gross. That's gross. Oh wait, I missed the tournament. No. 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 I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mount the horse. 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 Oh my god. Please. I'm too late, aren't I? Enter. Show jumping. Advance. Come on. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, I did it. Oh, good. All right, take risks. Let's go. Let's go. Snake and Devil and Gay and Faith, thank you for the subs. Oh yeah, and Hope is going on vacation next week, right after I get back from being gone. So it's like the timing is not good. So the captions might be a little bit slower next week, obviously, because she's going to be out of town. And I don't think that she should have to prioritize that. she should take care of herself. But we do have like the auto one, so it's okay. It's just like, you know, they'll get done. But we give time, you know. That's just all. All right. I got second place. Oh, good going, Hope. You suck. And so does Peppa. This is stupid. Will this be on YouTube? Yeah, I'll post this on my second channel, More Simsie. I post all my streams there on More Simsie. So. Okay. Cool. I shall head back home. I'm trying to decide how long I should be live for today, because I am going to be live again at 4 in like 4.5 hours. And so I have to finish some things. This was more of a bonus stream. So I probably shouldn't stream too long. I'm just trying to think. I need to get a lot of stuff finished before we go. Maybe till the end of the hour. Well, I was planning on streaming until noon like I usually would. But what I'm saying is because I'm going to be live again later, I feel like maybe... Because I have to finish making like... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I have to schedule 7 videos on my VOD channel. And 3 on my main channel. So I have a... That's a lot. That's a lot. So we do have to get ready for that one. Do you think I'm gonna do a mini let's play? Yeah, I think so, Hope. I think we'll do a mini horse ranch sort of let's play. Which honestly is pretty good timing for this because I'm merging my other 2 let's plays. So that'll work out. I'm gonna play Sims 4 later. We're gonna try and rebuild the university like student union in Foxbury in The Sims 4. So, horsing around, let's play. I'll call it that. I really will. I really will. You should rest now. I can't. I just got done saying I got a bunch of stuff I need to do. If you want to have videos while I'm gone, I cannot. We can't not do this. But anyway. Anyway, Project Renee with a, like, neigh like a horse is what it's called. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we'll work on the builds later. So that'll be fun. Come on. Come on. All is well. Okay. Anyway. Thanks, Cora. No, I'm good. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and bring them all into the extended family into it. Maybe not like the random cousins, because there's a lot of them and I have to give them makeovers, but I'll bring the extended family into the new save. That's the whole plan. But there's like, you know how like some of the family members have like 12 kids?
Oh, Phoebe
Listen, do we need them? So maybe not them, but I know you can't tell us if you did build for the new pack, but can you tell us if you didn't? Why do people keep asking me this? No, I did not build for the new pack. They wouldn't have me do 2 packs in a row. That's absurd. Obviously I did not build for the new pack. Okay. Oh my goodness. Now they're gonna be like, what if she's lying? No, I'm not lying. No one believes me. This is terrible. It almost makes me like wish that I didn't work on them before, because it like ruins my credibility, because you know what, nobody like believes me. They assume that I like must know everything behind the scenes and I must have worked on everything behind the scenes, and that's just not true. It's just not true. But yeah, they wouldn't do the same ones twice in a row. That would be terrible. But anyway. Can you clean that up? It is storming. Oh my goodness. And then you can go to sleep. How about that? How's the cat doing? The cat's social is a bit low. Maybe I'll talk to the cat first. Would you like to feed a treat, talk to, and then go to sleep? How about that? Sam, yes, and Flood, thank you for the subs, everybody. Okay. Okay. Into bed. Is the cat happy now? Yeah, a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Well, I think maybe after my sim wakes up, maybe I'll find someone to raid. I know it's a little bit shorter of a stream, but this was a bonus stream. I am going to stream again later, so it's okay. It's okay. So you weren't responsible for the blue suburban barn? It's just blue. Oh my god. Nobody can build anything blue anymore without people being like, I bet Kayla built that. All it has to be is blue. And then they're like, that's her. No, I didn't build that. I don't even know if that's really in the pack. That could be like a trailer thing they made. It could be just for the screenshots. Might not be actually in the pack. All right, I have staked a claim on literally everything blue. If it's blue, it's mine. That's how it works. No, I didn't build that though. No, I did not. Goose gained the adventurous trait. That's cute. I did call it a blue suburban barn in my video, but I was making a joke about it. I didn't think people would think that I built it. I didn't think it would have that effect, because I obviously didn't. Or at least I thought I obviously didn't, because I built for the last pack, but I don't know. Anyway. Do you need to exercise? Maybe you could do some jumping practice. That would help you. Yeah? What are the plans for later? We're going to build in The Sims 4 is the plan. We're going to build in The Sims 4. Okay. Well, I think on that note, it's been fun playing with the horses today. I appreciate you all entertaining me with this because it's fun to like revisit them and think about them before like we get the Sims 4 stuff, especially with the trailer coming out tomorrow. It's been fun to like think about what the Sims 3 had, so we've got a like comparison to make, you know? So that'll be fun. I will be here again in like 4.5 hours. I'll be here again in like 4.5 hours, but unfortunately I won't be able to stream again after that until Tuesday, which kind of stinks. I know it's going to be a while again, but I'm going to VidCon, so, and I'm also, I have a red-eye flight, like an overnight flight home from California on Monday night. And so, on Tuesday, I make no promises about the stream. I would like to be live, so I could see you all, because I feel bad that I can't stream much. But I think Tuesday is going to be a rough day. I think I might play Stardew, though, because it'll be kind of chill. And I'll try, because I need to stay awake. That's the thing. I need to stay awake all day on Tuesday, because it's a very dumb idea to come home and sleep, because then my sleep schedule's going to get ruined. So I need to stay awake all day on Tuesday, so that way I can sleep at a reasonable hour. So I will stream. We'll just see how long it is, you know? Sleep on the flight. Well, yeah, it's only a 5-hour flight, though, Miss Purple Turtle. And I don't sleep very well on planes. So you say, like, sleep on the flight all you want, but realistically, it's like you won't get a lot of sleep on the flight, you know? It's not long enough to be, like, a decent red-eye, and I don't sleep well on planes, so... You say sleep on the plane, but maybe sleep an hour on the plane, you know, like it's not going to be that good. But anyway, I'm going to go find somebody to raid, I think. I would very, very much like to do that. And then I'll see you all in like 4 hours, yeah? Wish me luck. I have a lot of admin-y type stuff to do. Lots and lots of little admin-y type thingies to do. But anyway, I think for now, oh my god, wait. No, I know I rated Spring Sims like 2 days ago, but my friend Steven, okay, there's lore involved in this, all right? My friend Steven, he hates the color purple, and he loves the color yellow. My friend Shella loves purple, hates yellow. They're kind of like enemies, the two of them. They have like a feud. Well, my friend Steven, who hates purple, during his St. Jude fundraiser, he promised that if he raised a certain amount of money, he would do a Just Dance stream in a purple Teletubby costume. And he's doing that today. So my dear friend Steven is not only wearing purple, but he's in a Teletubby costume and playing Just Dance. So I think we have to go over there. I think we have to go over there. It only feels right that we go over and say hi to Steven. We just must. So go say hi for me. I'll see you in a couple hours. Have a good rest of your afternoon until I'm back. Thanks for entertaining me with this fun little bonus horse stream because I loved this. Frito, Stacey, thank you for the subs. And I'll see you in the Sims 4 in just a little bit, okay? All right, goodbye, everybody. I'll see you later, okay? Bye. And stop this.